So if you clicked on this video, it's most likely because you play Roblox horse games. I get it, we're all there. So right now I am in the popular horse game, Strideway, but today I'm going to be telling you about 2 new upcoming hyper-realism horse games that maybe will make you stop playing Strideway. So before I get into it, I want to have a little disclaimer that this game is not mine. Neither of these games are created by me. I'm just here to teach you about these games. This is the official Roblox group for the first game I'm teaching you about, which is Fieldview Equine Unreleased. This is made by Corvin, which is the same person that created Westfield Racing, which is another popular Roblox horse game that many of you probably know. Right now I'm going to read you some messages from their Discord group under Corvin's Creations, so if you want to read this one, you can pause to read it. This one's not that important, as if you're not in the group, it doesn't really apply to you, but this is free early access for active members. So this one is Fieldview Equine's release and pricing information. This one is a bit outdated, but for now I'm going to be showing you this one. If you want to read the whole entire thing, you can pause to read it. But then again, Fieldview Equine is a hyper-realism game. It's most likely going to be a lot of Robux and probably more than Strideway, maybe like in the 500s based on what this is saying. And also the release date is supposed to be in 2025 at least. It's definitely not coming out in 2024. As Fieldview Equine is such a hyper-realistic game, it will never become free, which is unfortunate for some of you, as some of you guys can't get Robux, but it's such a nice quality game, and I am putting pictures in here soon for all of you guys to see, and it is such a really nice game. So unfortunately, it will never become free, but these are all the details based on when it's releasing, and if you wanted to read these, you can pause. This is the stable project, which is basically Corvin is going to be working on making a stable in Blender. She will end up putting in pictures and other things about it, so you'll see the process if you go follow their TikTok and things too. If you want to read more about this, you can pause this, or you can even go on their Discord server, which I may link in the description if I end up having time. So this is the new FVE, or aka Fieldview Equine release. So this is saying how it might come out in June 2025 to the end of the year in 2025, as Corvin is starting a side project game, which I will show you about later in this video, which would be the second hyper-realism game I will be showing you. If you want to read more about this, you can pause the video. I'm not going to be reading all of this, especially since it's a lot of information to take in. So if you really want to read more about the updates and things on FVE and on the other hyper-realism game, you can just pause and read the messages that Corvin has given us in this Discord server. Right now, I'm going to get in showing you photos for Fieldview Equine. In this section of this video, I will be showing you photos and progress of Fieldview Equine so far. Keep in mind, these are not finished photos or finished products of Fieldview Equine at all. Keep in mind, all of these photos came off the Discord server or off Fieldview Equine's TikTok. Here are some spoilers of the horse coats so far. There are also multiple breeds. I'm pretty sure they have Andalusians, Cobs, Cadoebians, and some other breeds. Right here, you can see the fjord. There's the jump animation, a saddle, and another horse right there. Over in these photos, these are part of the stable project that I was talking about earlier. As you can see, there are hyper-realism door handles and many other parts of this door. And that is only the door, and it took Corvin so long. She's doing most of this in Blender, as you can see. These are some more photos from the actual in-game Fieldview Equine. So you can see there's a bag, there's really nice graphics too, which most likely will make it a higher graphic game for PC players. I don't know yet if it was coming out on mobile, but here's some more photos of the map layout in Fieldview Equine. Get this, these are older photos, so that might not be the original layout, but there we go. As Fieldview Equine is such a hyper-realistic game, there are many systems that come into it too. To start, there's going to be new game features that have never been seen in Roblox, aka like clipping, dirt, sweat, and grease. So those are going to be options that you're going to be able to press and put on your horse. So if you're making a really realistic roleplay, let's just say you went on a cross-country ride, you came back and your horse was all sweaty, you're able to make it so your horse can have sweat marks on them. So there's also dirt stains and like inventing grease. Then again, if your horse is greasy from that, you can pause this to read more about what the new options are going to be in Fieldview Equine. That is one really exciting thing that is going to be coming out with that game. Another thing is the horse controls. So there's going to be 3 different tabs. The first one is just basic controls, so you know your walk, trot, your canter. The second one is going to have more additional movements like the bucks, the variations of kicking, the rears. There's going to be so many variations of each and every single thing you could possibly think of any horse doing. So many variations of refusals, spooking, there's different kinds of stops, you can control their ears, so there's so much that goes with that. This is also in the second tab, which has dressage movements, which will be really nice if you're role-playing because there's many more than every other game, like a pirouette, a passage, a piaffe, tempi changes, and here is tab 3, which are rider controls. If you scroll in and zoom into this photo, you'll be able to see many of the controls on the side, and there's many different gaits too, so there's at least 3 for each one. So there's 3 for the walk, 3 for the trot, 3 for the canter, and then there's also some hand gallop and flat gallop. I do not have the information paragraph for this, but there's going to be 15 or possibly more different grooming emotes that you can do for grooming your horse. This is just a photo of one of them. There's also going to be a very complex grooming system, and it's going to be a really, really nice grooming thing that you can use for role plays. So I'm just going to be showing you some additional photos that I may not have fit into the other additional field view equine photos. So here's some more horse breeds, some more horses. There's different face markings for each horse. These are some photos of the trailer, an old lunging girth, and then some of the tack. Right here are some more additional photos of the layout of the whole game with some jumps. These photos are also most of the barn, which might be redone during the stable project, so keep that in mind. None of this is exactly done. Over here, I'm just showing you a bunch of other tack necessities and things, so if you want to pause and see most of these, you can pause the video just to check out most of these. Over here is some other tack stuff, some really nice things too, like sponges and even rubber bands, which is crazy. And here's the TikTok if you want to go check it out. So finally, Corbin is making a second side project against Field View Equine, which is called Just Ride. It is like a side project as something fun to do if she gets bored, so keep in mind this might come out quite sooner than Field View Equine, as it won't be as realistic, and it will most likely be more like Maple Springs eventing. I just wanted to say most of Corbin's creations are also made on Blender, which is why some of the things aren't as smooth, but keep in mind most of this isn't complete. So right here is the release information of Just Ride. You can pause this if you want to read more about it. So hopefully if everything goes well, it might release by the end of January 2025, and again, it will not be free at any moment, just because it's also going to be a hyper-realism game, not as much as Field View Equine. It will probably only be less than 100 Robux based on what this is saying. There will be beta testers for it, but I'm not giving any information on this on how to be beta tester for this. So if you really want to go check it out, go under the Discord server into the same server that Field View Equine is under. So that is basically most about the release information. Again, if you want to see more and read more for yourself, you can just pause this video and then go check it out and read it yourself. So right now, this is how to get early access. Then again, so the first way you can get early access to either of these games, Field View Equine or Just Ride, is by server boosting the Discord. I cannot explain that. If you want to know, just go onto Discord and you'll understand. The second one is being active a lot in their Discord server, which is Corbin's Creations, if I haven't said that already. And the third one is giveaways, which they do a lot of giveaways in their Discord server, so go check that out then. I will probably put the link in the description if I can. So right here, this was just a long time ago of what Corbin was working on, and this is just like what Corbin posts a lot of the time, development streams. So she made some polls and some XC jumps. So far, Just Ride is actually going quite amazing. I am putting photos then right now, so be ready to see those. Another disclaimer, none of these are fully done. Then again, as Field View Equine, it is the same way. So right now, these are just some basic hyperrealism horse models that are being in the making, and that's a piece of tack, like probably part of the bridle. Right here are some hyper-realistic jumps. Then again, the graphics are also going to be super high quality, so it might not be the best for mobile players, but you never know. Right here is just a photo of one of the cross-country jumps, and that's part of the arena lighting. So those will be some really nice additions into the game. Right now, quickly, I'm going to be showing you 2 videos of what has been posted on the Field View Equine TikTok about what is happening in Just Ride right now. That was the first video. Sorry we had to mute the audio just for copyright reasons, but here's the second video, mostly on trot animations. Those are the 3 work-in-progress try animations so far for Just Ride, which are made by Cherry, who many of you know, who is also making animations for many other games. So those are just 2 videos on updates of Just Ride. In the first one, you saw also photos of the cob horse that is coming together in Just Ride. That is it for this. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so it gets out to every single Roblox equestrian out there. That way they can see all the new updates and everything about these 2 upcoming games. So thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you. Bye!